The rise of generative AI tools such as ChatGPT has created a demand for prompt engineers who write questions to AI chatbots to improve their responses. These roles offer a salary of up to $375K a year and often do not require a STEM degree. This is why I've created this guide to prompt engineering. In this beginner's guide, I will show you the 7 core skills so you can learn prompt engineering so you are able to significantly increase your salary. Let's dive right in with prompt engineering skill number 1, iterate. The biggest mistake that engineering beginners make is they give up too early. The main principle of engineering, regardless of its field, whether it be coding or computer-aided design, is to persist until you have reached your desired result. This means whenever you're stuck at your current task, just go back a few steps and try something different. Iterate your approach until you have reached your desired output. Iterating is extremely important because in life in general, things rarely work out the first time we try. And the same applies to prompt engineering. The first time we try a certain prompt rarely delivers the desired output. And this is exactly why the first skill is iteration, which brings me to the second skill, be precise. When writing your prompt, please keep in mind that the AI cannot know what exactly you're looking for. As a result, the outcomes may vary significantly. This is why next time you write your prompt, please make sure to include everything you know about your desired output inside your prompt. Doing so provides important constraints to the AI on what the desired solution should look like. For example, you can choose to limit the number of sentences or words in the output. You can specify the tone of the response, such as whether ChatGPT should generate a friendly email or a salesy marketing email focusing on a certain aspect of your product. You can specify the output to be formal or informal or use first or third person. Now, let's jump over to ChatGPT so I can show you what this looks like in action. Here is an example where I'm trying to write a marketing pitch to a newsletter on the topics of entrepreneurship, tech, and productivity that I want to start. So I asked the ChatGPT model to write a marketing pitch newsletter. And here you can see that I iterated on my results, I changed my approach, and lastly, with the 7th iteration, I got to the point where I said, okay, this is a great sounding pitch. I found out that I need to tell ChatGPT to give a response in 3 to 4 sentences, avoid complex words. So these are all the constraints that I gave the system. Make sure to include the salary expectation, include a subscribe call to action at the end, and this is what it came up with.
Looking to break into the exciting world of AI, but don't have a STEM degree? No worries. Our free, easy-to-understand The Future of AI newsletter is your perfect guide into the high-paying role of a prompt engineer, a specialist who crafts smart, effective prompts for AI like chat. With this role offering salaries up to $375,000, learning to harness the power of AI has never been more valuable. Don't miss out on your chance. Subscribe now and kickstart your journey to the future of AI.
I think this is a pretty decent result, right? Iterating on your prompt and being precise are very powerful skills. This is especially helpful if you want to integrate your prompt into a piece of software or in your next application that you're building. By the way, did you know that ChatGPT is able to generate code or tables? So make sure to use these in your next prompt. Another great way to achieve better results on prompt engineering is using the next skill. Prompt engineering skill number 3, break it down. If you find yourself stuck with your complex ChatGPT prompt and the results just doesn't seem to look like what you're expecting, then try and break down the complex prompt into smaller, simpler steps. Then describe these steps to your AI to achieve your desired output. Think of it as describing a recipe for cooking. Imagine you are the manager of a local fast food restaurant like McDonald's and you want to describe to your new employee how to make fries. You probably wouldn't tell your new employee, just go make fries, because there is a precise sequence of steps the employee needs to take in order to achieve the desired result. This sequence could look like this. Step number 1, fill the fire with oil and turn it on. Step number 2, while the fire is heating up, cut the potatoes into fries. Step number 3, once the fryer is boiling, pour the potatoes into the fryer and set the timer to 2 minutes. Step number 4, once the 2 minutes are over, take out the basket, shake it slightly to get rid of excess oil and pour the fries into the salting basket, but don't forget to turn off the fryer. Now step number 5, add some salt and serve a serving to your customer. We will use this technique of breaking down complex tasks into simple to follow steps and describe these steps to our AI to achieve our desired output. Now let me show you how easy this is using ChatGPT with the same example as before. Now again, I'm using the GPT-4 model and I'm using the same example as before. So I want to write a pitch to a newsletter on prompt engineering for beginners, but this time I'm describing to my AI the discrete steps it needs to take. So I thought about, how would I write a pitch to a newsletter if I wanted to do it? So step number 1 is find compelling reasons why someone should subscribe to the newsletter. So what is the benefit, right? Step number 2, find a proven newsletter marketing pitch framework using no more than 4 sentences. Here you can see again a constraint I gave for the length of the output. So I thought, okay, there must be some kind of frameworks out there on how to write a pitch like these, right? Step number 3, use this framework from step number 2 and integrate the compelling reasons from step number 1. Clearly this makes sense, so combine these 2 outputs. And step number 4 is remove all complex words with simpler words. So it should say replace all complex words, but ChatGPT understands me. But look how cool the results is here, right? So compelling reasons to subscribe, unique insights, practical learning. Well, this all completely makes sense. Stay updated or networking opportunities, right? So then step number 2, newsletter marketing pitch framework. And in this process, I'm already learning. So why should somebody subscribe to my newsletter? Here are the reasons, right? Newsletter marketing pitch framework. So address the reader and their potential problems or need. Makes sense. Introduce your solution, their newsletter, and how to address this need. Discuss the benefit that the reader will gain from the solution and end with a clear call to action. This answer alone is already worth spending time with ChatGPT, right? This is what it came up with.
Are you drawn to smart machines, but baffled by the hard-to-understand language? Prompt engineering for beginners is just right for you. It makes hard topics easy, offers learning through real-life examples, and keeps you up to date with the newest trends. Join our friendly group of learners and experts now and start your adventure in the world of smart machines. Let's get started.
This is actually a pretty good result, right? So I have a compelling reason. I have addressed a certain pain point here of somebody who might be interested into subscribing to the newsletter. I'm describing its advantages, right? Offers learning through real-life examples, keeps you up to date with the newest trends. There is a call to action at the end. Decent results, I would say, right? Breaking down a complex prompt into discrete and simple steps has so many advantages. First, you are learning as you can witness what is happening under the hood. And second, it is much easier for you to iterate on the results because you can see where the AI is making mistakes, so you can write better prompts, write better steps, break it down even further, and so on. This skill alone sets you apart from most ChatGPT users, which brings me to the next skill, prompt engineering skill number 4, show the desired outcome. If you have some examples of the desired outcome using the next technique I'm going to show you can be very exciting. Let me show you what I mean. I wanted to write a LinkedIn post on the topic of prompt engineering, but to be very honest with you, I'm not very good at writing LinkedIn posts, but there are some LinkedIn users who are amazing at it and write posts that reach millions. One of these users is Justin Welsh, who writes amazing posts on entrepreneurship. I was able to create a LinkedIn post in the style of Justin Welsh on the topic of prompt engineering using ChatGPT. Let me show you how easy it was to achieve this. So here is what I did. I went to Justin Welsh's LinkedIn profile, I sorted all his posts, and I just copy and pasted 5 of his latest posts into a blank Notion page, right? So here's this first post, here's the second post, and so on. I took 5 of his latest posts, right? So the next thing is I went to ChatGPT and I asked of it, write a LinkedIn post in the style of Justin Welsh. Here are some examples. And I just pasted the 5 examples into ChatGPT, right? I didn't specify what kind of post I wanted. I just said, write some kind of LinkedIn post in the style of Justin Welsh. And here's what it came up with. So this is a LinkedIn post in the style of Justin Welsh. And as you can see, it is already focusing on business, on entrepreneurship, and so on. But my initial goal was to write a post on prompt engineering. So my next prompt was write a Justin Welsh style post on prompt engineering, because now it already knows what is Justin Welsh style. So it now combines prompt engineering with his style, and here's what it came up with, which I think is really decent. I'm not going to read it to you, but you can see it's focusing on AI. It is writing about coding, algorithms, tech skills, and so on. Here is something about prompt engineering. And I can use this as a starting point, and I can further improve it. Or if I think it's good, I can just copy and paste it into LinkedIn. Prompt engineering skill number 5, handling hallucinations. Hallucinations occur whenever ChatGPT makes stuff up and is being inaccurate. Hallucinations can be a great asset for creative writing whenever you're writing a blog post or a marketing newsletter. In these cases, ChatGPT can assist you in the writing process. However, when conducting research, you want to be exact. You want to avoid hallucinations at all costs. To ensure accuracy, it is important that you always communicate to ChatGPT the nature of the task. So, do you want to write a creative blog entry, or do you want to conduct serious research? Always double check the quotes, dates, and facts provided by ChatGPT by following the links it provides. And this leads me to the next skill, prompt engineering skill number 6, interact with text. Modern large language models such as ChatGPT can not only create text, but they're able to understand language, which allows us to interact with text. Let me show you a couple of examples of what this looks like in practice. Here is a recent article that appeared in Business Insider about prompt engineering and jobs in the prompt engineering space. But to be very honest with you, I didn't want to read the whole article. I just had a couple of questions. So I asked ChatGPT. I had 3 yes or no questions. First question, is this article about AI? Answer yes or no. Second question, is this article about animal rights? Answer yes or no. Third question, does this article have a positive view on AI? Answer yes or no. Fourth question is, on a scale from 0 to 10, how positive is this article about AI? So you can see that ChatGPT is able to understand the sentiment of an article or a piece of text and rate it on a certain scale. Then I asked of it to summarize the article in 3 sentences, and the 6th question is, what is the biggest critique posed in this article? And here is the full article that I just pasted here in ChatGPT, and here is the answer. First question, is this article about AI? Yes. Second question, is it about animal rights? No. Third question, does this article have a positive view on AI? Yes. Fourth question, from a scale from 0 to 10, how positive is it? Answer 7. So there are some critique points. Here is the summary of this article in just 3 points. And here is the biggest critique post in this article. This is how you can interact with text. You can answer yes or no question. You can ask rating. You can summarize it. These are just a handful of examples of how you can interact with text. This is obviously super helpful not only on a personal level, but also on a professional level. For example, if you are working in the service department and you receive a lengthy email about a customer complaining about your product, you can quickly just copy and paste this long email into ChatGPT and ask questions like, How angry is this customer on a scale from 0 to 10? Or what is the main complaint of this customer? So you can react more quickly without reading the whole customer email. If, on the other hand, you're working in a development department, you can build a software application to quickly analyze all customer complaints, which makes it much easier for your colleagues in the service department. And this brings me to the last prompt engineering skill number 7, transform text. ChatGPT is not only able to understand text, it is also able to transform text. Let's say you want to sound more formal or more professional, just ask ChatGPT to rewrite your email in a more professional tone. If you're a content creator, you can brainstorm content ideas with ChatGPT and expand these ideas to full sentences and full paragraphs. If you're a coder, you can use ChatGPT to transform JSON file into HTML using column titles as headers. The potential is limitless. If you fell asleep after the intro and just woke up, here is a quick rundown of all 7 ChatGPT skills. 1. Iterate on your prompt until you achieved your desired output. 2. Be precise by specifying the desired output, its length and its tone. 3. Break down complex tasks into simple steps. 4. Show examples of your desired output. 5. Handle hallucinations by asking for sources and double-check facts. 6. Interact with text by asking questions. And 7. Transform text according to your goal. If you are now hooked by the sheer limitless potential of AI, make sure to watch this video where I explain how I studied machine learning and landed a high-paying job as a product owner in a machine learning project. And as always, be bold and be brave.